Hey guys, thank you so much for your order. We really appreciate it. And this is your tutorial video for how you're going to use your brand new Shock Force Wands, aka your method into getting superpowers. This right here, this is what's called an ankle band, okay? You basically open this up, put it over your ankle. I will show you in 1 second. And what this thing does, when it clips on, as we can see, this thing clips on. And once it's clipped on and the shoes are turned on, this basically links your body to the shock force generator. This right shoe has, shock force technology within it, which basically allows you to then harness static electricity. You can shock anything you want only when you're wearing this, because this is the thing which connects you to the shoes. Okay, so without further ado, let's go and put this ankle band on. As we can see, this thing can stretch pretty large, so it can fit really anyone. And it's very easy to use. Essentially, pull up your joggers, or if you're wearing shorts, it's probably even better. And then simply stretch this over. There we go. Make sure the green side, or just the inside, is always facing the skin. I'll turn this over for you guys. Make sure it's nice and connected. None of these, so sometimes this thing can it can get like twisted, and as we can see, simply pull on it. Okay guys, it took me a while, but as we can see, yeah, it's fully straight, nice and connected to the skin, and it's got a nice tight fit. So this is fully connected. And then once the ankle band is secured, grab your pair of shoes, then just simply put them on. And then once you have both shoes on, the most important one is your right shoe. This is the one which contains all the parts. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take the ankle band, as we can see, well, the link for the ankle band, and snap it on. Make sure the button is out, because that means it's off. And now with the ankle band connected to the shoe, you want to make sure to never turn on the shoe while you're sat down like I am right now, because you can get shocked through your clothes. If you're sat on, let's say, a metal chair, you could just get a random shock. And yeah, you always want to be stood up when you turn these on for the first time, because then you're fully isolated and there's nothing which could randomly shock you. So once you stand up, I recommend the first time trying these shoes, you use something metal. So I just grabbed a spoon. Anything like a key or a spoon can work. And what you're going to want to do, obviously tie your laces. For demonstration purposes, I'll just leave them off. It's linked up. You're free. There's nothing, to sit on. You're not sat on anything which could shock you. And you're going to always want to activate. Make sure to always activate your shoes with a kick of the back button. So they're now on, and you grab something metal like this, just so when you shock something while holding metal, you don't get anywhere near as much as the shock as if you went straight in with your finger. So it's good to get used to it. So as we can see, let's test them and see if it works. And as you can see, that did work, okay? So that's one example of a metal. You will find with different floors or different things, as I'm about to show you in a second, the strength can really vary. So, for example, that's a door handle, maybe an alloy, not pure iron. Here we have something which is pure iron. You'll see the difference. So the shoes are still turned on, and we're going to go in here and see with that one, I could even feel it a little bit when I'm holding it. The more you hold, the more you grip, the less you're going to feel it. So now I can really hardly feel it, because it's getting evenly distributed over all of my skin. Whereas if I just went like this with 2 fingers, yeah, I felt that a lot more. Yeah, I can feel that a lot more. You'll notice that when you do this. So that's me testing it with just straight iron. Again, to turn them off, you would simply just kick it. And now the button's off, and you can test. So that's them off, obviously. Now, the next thing you can do, you can move on to using your hands. And you feel that a lot more, but as I said, it shouldn't hurt. If you are inside, we always recommend using these inside. Never use them outside because the conductivity can really vary and it can be a whole lot stronger. So, carpet floor on. Let's try and get this in for you guys. And as you can see, I can feel it. And yeah, that's the example. You'll get used to it for sure. When I first started out, I would used to feel it a lot more. And for example, this one, which is just straight iron, as you can see, a lot stronger. It doesn't hurt. And guys, the number one thing I would recommend when you're starting out is don't use the pad of your finger, because this has a lot more nerves and you're getting used to it, and you can definitely feel it a lot stronger. What we always recommend is to use the knuckles, just straight bone, as we can see. And then, yeah, you don't feel it anywhere near as much. Once you are finished using your Shock Force ones, the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure to detach the ankle band. That's the first thing we're going to want to do. So, ankle band comes off. It can be quite difficult. We did make sure to make it very secure. And that's it now off. So you are now disconnected from the shoes. Of course, they're off anyway. And then you can simply take them off with your hand. The reason we don't turn our shoes off with our finger is because, as you can see, the button's there and it's very close to the grounding pad. So this is the grounding pad, and you never want to touch this, obviously when they're turned on, because the wire comes out of the shoe, and this pad is how the shoes ground to the floor, allowing you to then shock anything you want. This, when touched and when turned on, would produce a very, very strong shock, and we highly recommend, obviously, that nobody should ever, touch this side, even with anything metal, because it's not what it's for. This is simply for grounding you to the floor, and if you do turn it off with your finger, there is a very small chance that it could basically jump out and, give you an unexpected shock. Same thing with taking off the shoes. Let's say you took off the left one first and for some reason they're still on, and then you just try to push your shoe off like that, like slide it off. Again, you kind of risk getting shocked, your toe. So yeah, we always want to just be aware of that. And of course, once you are finished, just simply take off the ankle band and store it in your shoe or anywhere safe where you're gonna remember where it is. Honestly, a lot of the time you do find yourself like leaving it on. But yeah, obviously we recommend just take it off, put it there. It doesn't do any harm, but yeah, it's good to just keep it somewhere safe. Okay, so once you are finished using your Shock Force ones and let's say you want to charge them, always make sure to use the 2 amp cable which comes with your shoes. And as we can see, it's very, very easy to charge. Make sure the button is not in, obviously make sure they're off. And when you plug them in, it should show a green light, which I will show you in 1 second. Okay, so I've got this wired up now, and let's go see. As we can see, this is now flashing green, meaning it's charging, and this is how you know your pair is charging. Normally, we'd say a full charge is about 15 minutes, and then you should be good to go to use them for however long as you want. And yeah, that is everything. You now know how to use your Shock Force ones completely as intended, without damaging them or breaking them, and how to safely use them. Please make sure to also check out our safety guide, which is on the website. And yeah, if you guys run into any issues at all or have any questions, please make sure to email us and we will get back to you and help you as soon as we possibly can. Have fun, guys.